The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation promotes, preserves, and perpetuates music, culture, and heritage through programs, cultural, educational, and economic activities year-round. Learn more at jazzandheritage.org. This program is brought to you in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support education, the arts, and culture in the greater New Orleans area.
Support for this program comes from the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, committed to funding educational causes.
Steppin Out is made possible in part by Susie and Pierre G. Villery.
Whether it's the latest museum exhibit, the newest restaurant, or the current hot play,
we appreciate the weekly updates on the arts, music, and entertainment.
let's step out.
I'm Peggy Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, Poppy Tooker with an exclamation point, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hello.
Hello, Peg.
And I'm so glad hello, dear, and he's back, poet and Cafe Istanbul owner, Chuck Perkins, who has a brand new memoir. We're going to talk about it, but we'll also hear some poetry, too. Welcome back.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Good
Hello.
seeing you.
And Alan Smason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News and theatercriticism.com. And I have to say, back from Broadway, too, just days ago. Poppy, dining out for a good cause is always commendable.
It is, and there's a really good, fun, delicious way to do that next Thursday night. And it's a competition called Tasty Bites of the South, and it's being hosted by my good buddy, Chef Sam Peary at King Brasserie in the Hotel Fontenot. And they've got heavy hitters competing, like chefs from Saba and the Windsor Court and Dominica, and there's going to be over 24 chefs there serving dishes like duck rangoon with orange and chili sauce, rice dumplings with chicken, shrimp, veggies, and a papaya salad, and spicy dipping sauce. There's pot au feu, Chef Sam seared scallops with collard greens, pot liquor vinaigrette, and country ham crumbles. It's going to be delicious. And oh, I'm one of the judges.
All right.
So come hang out with me next Thursday night once you finish watching Steppin Out. Now, another fun thing to know about for the month of August is that Cochon Butcher is once again holding Belgian kegs and butcher steaks. And this is every Thursday night through August. There's 4 rare Belgian lambic kegs that they're going to be tapping one at 5 o'clock every Thursday. Next week's steak dinner is Bistro Filet Sang Bleu Cherry Demi-glace with potato roasty and horseradish. Yum!
Well said.
So
Well
I'll
said.
see all you steak lovers there. And then, if chicken is your bag, well, Mike Stolfitz at Coquette has a new concept on Constant Street in the Lower Garden District. That's where Ana Castro's Akamaya was. And now he's got a business called Here Today Rotisserie. They've got a big push on for takeout, but basically it's winner chicken dinner because it's rotisserie chicken by the half, by the whole. There's other chicken dishes. There's lasagna, and they have sides like chicken fat rice, cabbage slaw, and broccoli salad. So, and you know, Chef Mike Stolfitz is super talented, so it's bound to be delicious. And then I want everybody to remember that on Saturday, August the 23rd, the New Orleans Food and Wine and Food Experience is once again hosting Bourbon and Bubbles on the North Shore at the Greenwood, which is the Southern Hotel's beautiful event space in Covington. And there'll be over 25 handcrafted bourbons, more than 24 brutes and sparkling rosés, and it's just a great way to spend a hot summer Saturday afternoon. So I'll see y'all at Bourbon and Bubbles on the North Shore.
Very good. Thank you. Well, Chuck, congratulations.
Thank
because
you.
a memoir, but also a compilation of your poetry over the years as well.
Yes.
And so we have so much to talk about. And if you've never been to Cafe Istanbul, it's within the New Orleans Healing Center as well. So we should
Yes.
point that out. But please, to begin, why don't you kick off, if you don't mind, an excerpt from one of your poems, and then we have lots more show and tell.
I would love to. This is called Street Names. It says, Chabatula goes to the market every day. He's a fisherman. After running through Julia and 3 Greek muses, he comes to Felicity. Napoleon plows through a Roman Colosseum, gathering steam at a camp, headed straight for Chapatulas. Chapatulas have already heard the muffled submission to Napoleon's fury after passing through Milan and Constantinople, so he raced to warn the Chippewa that they shouldn't cross Napoleon. Chapatula runs up the other side of the river to warn the other Chippewa. Instead, he runs into Robert, Amelia, Eleanor, and Duvasat, living his version of the movie Groundhog Day.
And that's just a piece of that
That's
wonderful
just a piece
poem,
of it,
let me just say. But what a wonderful compilation. You also have some great photos, and we're going to go through those too, because the photos incorporate, of course, your life. You're still a young guy, okay? But let's go through them, and we'll chat a little bit about them. But just to say, in terms of your background, grew up in what we call Pigeon Town, near Holly Grove, on the other side.
Yes, it's like Claiborne Avenue was the DMZ, so the lake side of Claiborne was Holly Grove, the riverside was Pigeon Town. I'm on the riverside.
Riverside, okay. But here we are as an adult, of
Yeah.
course. And is that Chief Honey Bannister?
Yeah, that's Big Chief Honey Bannister right
There you
That's
are,
old
right
Goon.
next to
Yeah.
Love that. Walking along, and then the Zulu Parade.
Man, I ended up on the front page of the Times-Picayune for that. And the day before that, my brother said that I owed everybody an apology because I cut up on that float. and he said of all the people in the parade, you were probably the least deserving to be on the front.
Now this is really something, because we remember Uncle Lionel, and this is Batiste, of course, very well, but this is the jazz funeral.
I got to tell you, on that day right there, I parked my bike in Armstrong Park. And after that wonderful time you're seeing right there, I went back to get my bike, and I never seen the bike since.
Sorry about that. Okay. Now, look at this, your beautiful family, and explain where that is.
Well, that's an island right off the coast of Zanzibar, and of course Zanzibar is about a 45-minute drive from Dar es Salaam. So me and the family, we went there, and we went to Arusha. We went on a safari. It was fantastic. And in fact, I got a chance to see, seeing animals in that natural habitat. Oh my God! Before I leave the planet, I would like to do that at least one more time. I gotta go. I gotta do that again.
Now here indeed is a very rare photo. It's you and I'm sorry. First Cafe Istanbul, and then we'll end up with the rare photo. So your day job. Okay, so you were formerly a Marine. Okay, you've worn many hats.
Hoorah!
But for now 15 years.
It's been open for about 15 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
What a venue! It's within the Healing Center.
Yeah, and that picture you saw was from the Jazz Fest. So we do some real big jazz fest shows. A lot of Grateful Dead type bands, and yep.
Yeah, but also there are all kinds of performances there too. It's not just music.
Let me tell you something. I am so grateful that I really get to pull from the entire demographic of the city. Literally. And so I tell people all the time, they come and say, man, I had a great time, I'm coming back. And I say, well, do yourself a favor, check the website. Because it could be something you really love, or you might be like, okay, well, which planet did I just...
And this is right across, of course, from the St. Roch Market. But yes, this photo, explain, please.
Oh, my God, man. Joan Rivers did a performance at Cafe Istanbul about 2 years before she passed away. And I got to be honest with you, I did not know Joan Rivers. I knew who she was, but not as a comedian. I was just, when they said she was coming, I was like, so she's just going to talk about her famous friends? I am so happy I got a chance to see that, because that was probably one of the best comedy shows I have ever been to.
And we should put that in context.
In my life.
Because she actually did that as a fundraiser because she became friends with Sally Ann.
She became she flew Sally Ann Glassman out to California because she had ghosts in her house.
Oh.
And her and Sally Ann became friends over the years. And so when Sally Ann and Press got married, Joan Rivers did that as a fundraiser. And one other thing I want to say about that, I don't like being around. My image of her was like she would be like a difficult person to be around. I'd say, look, I'm going to do everything I need to do so when this lady come, I'm going to be all on the other side of the club. I don't want to be in her little... She ended up being like one of the nicest people ever. And she was so sweet with my kids. And in 10 minutes... after she had just spent about 50 minutes talking to my daughters, my 2 daughters were so happy. The first thing she said when she got on stage, and don't show me no pictures of your kids because I hate them, little, you know. But she was just as sweet as she could be with my kids. So, you know, you realize it's just like a shtick, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And now we should say University ULL Press.
Yes,
okay, and
yes.
you're going to be doing some readings Friday night.
Yeah, we're going to be doing we're going to do my first reading and signing tomorrow, Friday, a night at Cafe Istanbul. It's going to be at 8 o'clock.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much, Peggy. I
yes.
really appreciate you.
Yes, and you've got Sharon Martin playing.
Well,
on the
Sharon
15th.
Martin, she plays on the 15th of every month.
This is the most
And it
amazing
doesn't matter
lady.
what day of the week it is. It could be a Monday, it could be a Wednesday, a Saturday. She plays on the 15th, and it's always, she brings a good crowd, and we always have so much fun with her.
Congratulations, though. 15 years.
15 years. I told you I promoted myself to head janitor.
Congratulations.
And Poppy, I ain't get the pay raise yet. Can you talk to the boss about that?
Many, many hats, right? Mr. Allen,
And I do
welcome
recall
back.
a couple of productions there. Hedwig and the Angry Inch was not too long ago.
Yeah.
And also the Upstairs Lounge, they had a play that was done there. I mean, it's a good venue. I just wish you do a little bit more theater, you know?
we do some theater. But yeah, I remember both of those, and both of those shows were awesome.
So we're going to talk about another play not too far away because it's the Big Couch down St. Claude, not too far away from where you are. And that's, of course, the Big Couch Desire and St. Claude. Arthur Miller's The Crucible. It debuted back in 1953. That was back, of course, when the nation was dealing with the accusations and recriminations of McCarthyism. And he used that historical drama to essentially have a fictionalized account of the Salem witch trials. But he intended it to be a comparison of the past to the modern era. Now, Fat Squirrel Productions, Andrea Watson is the director. She directs this very big cast of 20 players. Look at that. And she gives a really new spin, bringing The Crucible back as a way of linking the hysterical to the historical. She posits that there may be a medical disorder, an explanation for the girl's strange behavior of tics and fainting spells and catatonia that led to others being accused of putting witchcraft on them. Jonathan Merez plays John Proctor in this production, a man who's really accused of witchcraft when coming to the defense of his wife, who he knows has been falsely accused. And the main prosecutor is Deputy Governor Danforth, played by the remarkable Clint Johnson, who has not been on stage in some time and who is sorely missed. His performance is chilling and, I dare say, enchanting. The girls, played by Maddie Fry, Mary Langley, Emery Farber, and Cerise McCrossan, lying down there, they're all well-directed, with Langley and as Mary Warren and Farber as Abigail Williams, really both exceptional. Anya Charian also renders an impressive performance as John Proctor's wife, the falsely accused Elizabeth. And this stunning work, I have to tell you, it will give you a lot to think about, despite it having some archaic language in it. There's a lot of very intense work on the stage, and it's really a shame that there are really only 4 more performances next Monday through Thursday to see this really well-executed production with a big cast again that includes Mary and Ken Pauley and James Wright in supporting roles. That's The Crucible by Arthur Miller, directed by Andrea Watson at Big Couch. Now, I did go to New York, as Peggy mentioned, this past weekend to find the always present New Orleans and Louisiana connections that are up there on Broadway. I had no more important work to review than that of Call Me Izzy by Jamie Wax, who calls both New York and New Orleans home. He has Jean Smart, the Emmy Award-winning actress from Hacks, in the one-woman show. It marks her return to Broadway for the very first time in 25 years, the last time she was nominated for The Man Who Came to Dinner opposite Nathan Lane in 2001. fun. Jamie based this one-woman play on a favorite aunt of his who endured physical and mental abuse in her marriage and who managed to persevere through the application of really a well-defined sense of humor. She plays a closeted writer who's forced to keep her writing in hiding while writing her poetry, Chuck, you like this, and her prose on rolls of toilet paper. Okay, set in a trailer in Mansfield, Louisiana in 1989, Call Me Izzy is a tour de force for smart, a masterclass in role-playing, as well as a sweet and heartbreaking manuscript for Jamie Wax. I highly recommend this amazing show, which closes in less than 3 weeks, and congratulations, of course, to our very own latest New Orleanian writer to find success on Broadway, Jamie Wax. Call Me Izzy plays at Studio 54 through the 24th of August. And speaking of success on Broadway, Beth Level just finished her spectacular run in Old Friends, the U.S. version of the Stephen Sondheim tribute show, and had a 4-night extended run at the 54 Below. She was exceptionally kind and talented. She saw me after the show. And then after that, I walked over to visit another New Orleanian who also calls New York home, Dr. Brobson Luke. I guess we'll be seeing him on a future show of Steppin' Out, Peggy.
Yes, you will.
He shared some time with me in his magnificent apartment overlooking Manhattan. Now, while I miss some proud New Orleanian at the performance on Saturday night, Noka grad Simone Rose, she's featured in Death Becomes Her. I did manage, to see another person at the stage door who kind of filled in for her. That's Megan Hilty, of course, who plays Madeline Ashton. That's the Meryl Streep role in the movie, if you remember that. Best of all, she did remember me when she came down to perform as part of that Mark Cartali series back at Noka. Before I came back to New Orleans, I had yet another show to review. This was an off-Broadway production that's based on the book by Joy Mangano and the film Joy that starred Jennifer Lawrence. It's called Joy, a New True Musical. It stars Betsy Wolfe, who came down here, if you remember, last September as part of the Curtain Call Ball at Le Petit Theater. She's the star that elevates this work, but she's absolutely on fire as Joy. Mangano's story of rags to riches while inventing items like the Miracle Mop is interesting and fun, but it's Betsy Wolfe's powerful voice that really carries this work. And here we see her confronting Cowboy Eddie, played by Paul Whitty, in a pivotal scene in Act 2. Stay close and pay close attention to Paul Whitty because we're going to show another picture of him in a second. Joy, a New Musical, is at the Laura Pels Theater. It's off-Broadway, and its run ends on August the 17th. And, of course, here after the show, sharing a moment was Betsy Wolfe, who did remember me, of course, from the Curtain Call Ball. I was not prepared, though, for Paul Whitty, who I mentioned earlier. He came on after the show wearing, of all things, a Crew of Toth shirt. And yes, I did ask Paul, does he have a Toast Sunday shirt as well? And he said yes. So, and then I guess, like I say, I'm glad to be back from Broadway, but you always find Broadway and New Orleans connections. So now, while I was away, the last of the 7 finalists were determined for the Stage Door Idol finals on August the 19th. The winner for this past week is Kirsten Kaufman, who sang her version of Skylark. That's by, of course, Hoagie Carmichael and Johnny Mercer. Johnny Mercer supposedly wrote the lyrics to reflect his on-again and off-again romance with Judy Garland. But after all the judges got together and their votes were tabulated, there was Kirsten, the winner of Week 5, and then they had a wild card that was tabulated and determined. Maria Hefty, who has been on local production stages playing 6 roles as the fairy godmother in Cinderella a few years ago, she's going to be the wild card. So that sets the stage for the 5 previously announced winners of Rad Jennings and Adam Rowe from Week 1, Elijah Hartman from Week 2, Noah Lanier and Hallie LeCompte from Week 3, and who knows who's going to be the next Stage Door Idol? Lloyd Meekins wants to know because he's the reigning Stage Door Idol, and we'll find out. If you're interested, you too can find out by attending the finals. Make plans now before it sells out. That's again on August the 19th, $20 admission. It is going to sell out. Get your tickets soon.
All right, thank you so much. Time for picks. Poppy.
It's time for Dickie Brennan's annual Steakhouse Summer Picnic. It's Thursday, August the 21st, and all you meat lovers don't want to miss this. It's a delicious and fun time.
All right, Alan.
Well, it's not often I get to talk about a comedy show, but I know, Poppy, you know some of the people involved in this. Matt Owens is taping a comedy special at the Tulley's Theater this coming Saturday, August the 23rd. Not this Saturday, but the 23rd of August. And there are going to be 2 shows, both at 7 and 9 o'clock. The first show, doors are open at 6 o'clock, and then the second show, the doors are open at 8:30. Tickets are just $15, and I'll see you at the theater.
That's a great venue, too.
Yeah.
In the quarter. And now my picks. First, though, a program note. During this important time in WYES's history, look back on some of what WYES does best, chronicling our region's stories through its award-winning, locally produced documentaries. Enjoy some favorite segments from documentaries produced by Marcia Cavanaugh, me, and others, while hearing from some special guests about why WYES matters to them. And join with viewers from all across the southeastern Louisiana and Mississippi Gulf Coast coming together to support our station. As a member or by increasing your current support, it's the best of WYES on one special night this Tuesday beginning at 7 p.m. Please, please watch. It's going to be a lot of fun, too. Amusements is the theme of this weekend's New Orleans Antiques Forum at the Historic New Orleans Collection. It's focusing on the 19th and 20th century games and places that you would enjoy these games. I'll be talking about, though, the history of Pontchartrain Beach on Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Williams Research Center. Also Lincoln Beach, too. hnoc.org for tickets. Kayla Lewis will be, and Kayla was on our show last week. She'll be paying tribute to the songs of Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, and others in concert this Saturday night and Sunday afternoon at the Ashe Powerhouse Theater. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be going to see it. And BelleNoirShow.com for details and tickets. Don't miss this Sunday's Piety Market at Hotel St. Peter and Paul. Vintage clothing, food, and more. Noon to 5 with James McClaskey's trio performing 1 to 4. Also Sunday, starting at 3 p.m., Matej Sip, the Cymbalom guy, and the Wallachia Cymbalom Quartet from the Czech Republic. They'll be performing at Deutsches Haus on Mall Street. Tickets, deutscheshaus.org. Now, a cymbalon is a trapezoidal box on legs with metal strings, and it's in the dulcimer family. Finally, Jimmy Anselmo is hosting Jimmy's Nightclub's Throwback Reunion, and that's featuring the Lenny Zenith Band, Johnny Indovina, and DJ Uncle Wayne. That's next Thursday night at 7 p.m., and proceeds go to the Tulane Cancer Center and the Humane Society of Louisiana. Eventbrite.com for info. You know, we are proud to say that Steppin Out is about to celebrate 40 years on the air. And it's because of you, our loyal viewers, who step up to keep stepping out and all of our WYES programs going strong. But the recent federal funding cuts mean your support is needed now more than ever before. We hear from so many of you that you watch and love our show, so now is the time. Become a member or increase your funding, as we've said. Keep WYES going. Here is our President and CEO, Robin Cooper, and Chief Operating Officer, Dominic Massa, with more.
Thank you, Peggy, and I want to thank all of the viewers out there for inviting us into your homes every single week. For all of the great programs you enjoy on WYES, we take that privilege very seriously. And we're here because of our community. Community members founded this station, and it's the community that keeps us going and growing strong. Right now, as you've probably heard, the federal funding rescission amounts to over $800,000 for WYES annually. So we're asking those who have stood the strongest with WYES in the past to stand strong with us again and help us overcome and meet that challenge. We can do it together. No one has to do it alone, because everybody's support added up with their neighbors, added up with my support, it all makes a difference and helps us keep public television and WYES going strong for the entire Southeast Louisiana, Mississippi Gulf Coast region. With me in the studio is Dominic Massa, and he is going to give you more great information.
Thank you, Robin. I couldn't be more proud to work at WYES, especially in this pivotal moment in our history. It's a challenging time, but to me it shows the importance of WYES to the community. We've been gratified to hear from so many of you and grateful for the support that you've given so far. If you haven't, though, yet, now is the time. Please step up. Please show us how much programs like WYES is stepping out, like the local documentaries, Informed Sources, our cooking shows, how much that means to you, in addition to all the wonderful PBS programs that you know and love and enjoy. And the local support is so important. I know that thousands of you are members, and we appreciate that. But if you're not a member, if you haven't become a member in a while, or if you're a lapsed member, now is the time. And maybe make an additional gift, as Robin said. If you do join us as a member, you're able to take a benefit of Passport. PBS Passport offers you thousands of hours of programs. Here's more on that.
Is there a program you'd like to watch again? Maybe a performance you didn't get a chance to see? Well, now you can with PBS Passport, a terrific member benefit that lets you stream more than 1,000 hours of PBS and local programming on your computer or through the PBS app on your phone, tablet, smart TV, or streaming device. All your favorites wherever, whenever you want. And with your qualifying contribution, you'll help make the great programs on this station possible. So reach out to the number on your screen or go online and get your PBS Passport today.
Now, Passport is an incredible member benefit for on-demand viewing. You can even take that with you when you're traveling and watch it on your phone or your iPad, your tablet, your computer, whatever. It goes with you, so you always have access to your favorite programs from PBS and from WYES. Give us a call right now and let us know what WYES means to you, and do that in the form of a gift to the station. Contribute your annual contribution or become a sustaining member on a monthly basis that helps provide stability for planning for the station. Programs like this cost money. Of course, community support has helped make it possible, as has our generous sponsors. We're founded by community members and will continue to be here because of the strength and support of our generous community. If you can become a Producer Circle member, that starts at the $1,500 level, or as a sustaining member, $125 a month. There are many higher levels. It starts at that. If you can give higher than that, wonderful. You're helping make an even bigger impact toward that deficit that we're facing because of the federal funding. Then there's also, maybe that's not the right way to give. You want to defer your giving. Consider an estate gift. That's another great way to support WYES and make sure it's here for future generations. Thank you for supporting WYES. Thank you for valuing our programs. WYES matters to you, and you matter to WYES. Thank you so much.
Programming on WYES is made possible in part by Susie and Pierre G. Villery.
From Masterpiece to Nova, Antiques Roadshow to Agatha Christie.
And of course, Steppin Out and Informed Sources.
We are pleased to support public television.
It's been our passion.
For a lifetime.
Support for this program comes from the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, committed to funding educational causes.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation promotes, preserves, and perpetuates music, culture, and heritage through programs, cultural, educational, and economic activities year-round. Learn more at jazzandheritage.org. This program is brought to you in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support education, the arts, and culture in the greater New Orleans area.